The most powerful weapons on Earth are built with a single, terrifying purpose: to stay completely unused. This is mutually assured destruction, or MAD. It works like an equation that perfectly balances infinite costs on both sides. If one nation launches a strike, the response guarantees the attacker's own annihilation. This logic took shape during the Cold War, as the United States and the Soviet Union divided the world along strict ideological lines. Every new missile, hidden submarine, and stockpiled warhead functioned as the heavy weights required to lock that balance of fear firmly in place. Survival meant ensuring the mathematical cost of a first strike remained too catastrophic for any leader to ever consider. In 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis pushed that two-variable equation to its absolute breaking point. Look closely at these reconnaissance photos. The annotations map out missile erectors and shelter tents positioned barely 90 miles from the American coast, proving an immediate, undeniable threat. Yet weapons never launched. For 13 days, human leaders had a critical buffer of time to negotiate, back down, and avoid a fatal miscalculation. Today, that stable equation is dead. Modern geopolitical shifts and technological leaps have effectively erased the cushion of time we once relied on. By adding new variables to the system, we have drastically increased the risk of a reaction occurring faster than human judgment can process it. The neat two-player standoff of the 20th century has broken apart into a complex, multipolar web. Instead of two superpowers, the globe is now anchored by three major players: the US, Russia, and China, each rapidly modernizing their arsenals. Beyond that primary triangle, regional rivalries tie local border disputes directly to the global nuclear framework. Neighboring states like India and Pakistan maintain specific, heavily overlapping deterrence strategies targeted squarely at one another. Layer in undeclared arsenals and rogue states, and the map becomes incredibly opaque. With every new actor added to the map, uncertainty multiplies. Each nation operates with a completely different red line that would trigger a launch. If new geopolitical actors map out the uncertainty, modern technology is the engine that turbocharges it. Cyber warfare introduces the ability to subtly spoof command networks or completely blind early warning radar systems before a physical weapon is even fired. Hypersonic weapons travel at thousands of miles per hour, maneuvering unpredictably through the atmosphere. They strip away hours of decision-making time, reducing it to minutes. Even defensive technologies create immense risk. If a nation believes its missile shield is completely impenetrable, it might be tempted to strike first, forcing their rival to stockpile a massive, overwhelming barrage just to guarantee they can punch through. A framework built entirely on slow, careful human deliberation has become a highly volatile, twitch reaction environment. When you combine multipolar unpredictability with hypersonic speeds, the risk of a fatal miscalculation skyrockets. A false radar blip, a cyber intrusion, a misread training exercise could trigger a genuine first strike. In a crisis, a leader deep underground might only have a few minutes, or sometimes seconds, to decide whether to launch a counterattack based on a blinking screen. In this high-speed environment, a simple technical accident or a misread signal can trigger a global catastrophe faster than any leader can verify the threat. Despite these intense pressures, this terrifying logic has successfully prevented a Third World War for over 7 decades, but it has created a new rule of global conflict, known as the stability-instability paradox. Because a direct, open war between major nuclear powers guarantees mutual suicide, nations funnel their aggression downward. They fight through cyber attacks, economic blockades, and localized regional proxies. An absolute frozen stability at the nuclear ceiling guarantees continuous, chaotic conflict down on the ground. So, does the silent equation of nuclear deterrence still hold up? It does, but it is vital to recognize that this is not a system of peace. It is a fragile system of highly managed fear. Our survival relies entirely on the shared, unspoken understanding that certain lines must remain uncrossed. In the modern era, nuclear deterrence remains the thin line between order and catastrophe. A balance maintained not by trust, but by caution, uncertainty, and the shared understanding that some thresholds must never be crossed.